Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is just Mitchell, and man, I've got a good one for you today about building confidence as a man. This topic, this one kind of bothers me, okay? Because what stemmed the idea of me wanting to even talk about this in the first place is I'm listening to an audiobook right now called The Rational Male by Rollo Tomassi, and it's kind of confusing, kind of hard to listen to if I'm being honest with you. But something caught my attention where earlier today when I was in my kitchen of the house where he said that most men have a hard time. Well, he said that maybe most or a lot of guys, I don't know the word exactly, have a hard time like maintaining eye contact with a woman. And oh my God, bro, this pissed me off because I'm going to try to demonstrate in this video the difference between talking to somebody right now that's looking at the camera and ideally looking at you in the face, and then talking to somebody that looks away and it's almost like they're unengaged in the conversation, or like they're uncomfortable, or what they're saying is like a lie. So in my mind, I'm going to tie this into like talking to women, but then also just talking to people in general. Like this doesn't have to do with I'm eating M&Ms, with just girls when it comes to like building confidence as a man. I think like I guess I don't understand this because I'm the type of person, like if I'm going to talk to somebody, I'm going to look you directly in the eyes like the whole fucking time. Now, it might make sense like occasionally occasionally look away. I don't have to like stare into your soul the whole time. But for the most part, if I'm going to look you in the eyes and talk to you, that's telling you that I'm engaged in the conversation and that I'm here and hopefully I'm listening, because sometimes I have a bad habit of just talking too much, and that's something I need to get better at. But when I do ask questions, I'm pretty good at it, not to justify that. So let me go ahead and let me try to show you the differences right now between like the difference between talking to somebody and then looking away, okay? So, I'm sitting here doing this. I'm just having a casual conversation, talking to the camera right now, and I'm telling you like, hey, it's pretty confident as a man to sit here and look at somebody in the eyes and talk to them. Not only does it show a sign of like respect, but it also can carry over to a couple different things. Like if you're talking to a girl, she's going to seem like you're present in the conversation, like you're listening to her, and that's very attractive to a woman. That also shows a sign of confidence that you can look at them in the eyes. But if I like talk to you like this, and I'm like having a conversation with you, and I'm not even like looking at the camera, and even if I glance back once, but I go back to looking away, and I'm sitting here talking, I've been in conversations with people who like, they can talk, but they can't look at me like in the fucking eyes, and I can't help but think that they're not telling the truth, or they're like saying some. Again, they're not. Basically, I think that's what I think is like, you're telling me a story, but you're looking away when you're telling me that. How do I know that you're telling the truth? I can sit here and like I'll look at you and I'll get suspicious, and I've talked to people that do this, and dude, it is incredibly suspicious to talk to somebody that can't look you in the eyes when they're talking. Now, maybe something happened like in their past where they were like taught to do this, basically, because a lot of your behaviors, if not all of them, stem from your childhood. Okay. So if you've ever studied like relationships, like attachment theories, blah, 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 after a certain amount of time when you attach to somebody, you're going to act like that's going to show you who you really are. I think you really see who a person is after, I think, like the first 90 days, but more so like after that 6 or 7 month mark, once that bond's really been built. But in this sense too, it's not just relationships I'm talking about. If you've got a parent that taught you how to be like independent as a kid, you're not going to trust a lot of people, and some of your behaviors, you're going to act in a way where you do things by yourself instead of relying on other people to do that. Now, I'm in a wheelchair, okay? I am very paralyzed. So even though I live in a house by myself, I drive a car by myself, I have a German Shepherd somewhere over there causing mayhem that I take care of by myself. if I need help, like if I have a partner or a friend and I need help, I'm not afraid to ask for it, right? Just because I'm in a position where I don't let my ego get the best of me, where I'm like, oh fuck, I know I can't do this, but I'll figure it out. Now I'm gonna go get some help to make that easier. Now, how does this tie back into building confidence as a man, right? Well, let's talk about intersex relationships. So man versus woman. This even applies to men versus men, women and women. It doesn't matter who this is. Looking somebody in the eyes is just a sign of confidence in general, because if you are, let's say you're approaching a woman and you want to talk to her, but you go up to her and you start talking to her, and then you're like looking down, or like you're looking away, you're signaling to this woman that she is fucking way higher up on the pedestal than you are, and that you feel privileged to even be able to talk to her in the first place. Do you honestly think a woman is going to find it attractive if a man comes up to her and shows a sign that he doesn't think he's good enough to be talking to her? I don't think so, okay? This is where it really bothers me, because as a man, we are born into this world being nothing. So we have to develop ourselves into becoming someone. And as a man, if you're trying to date like the girl of your fucking dreams, and you're going to pedestalize this girl, and listen, if you don't watch videos like this and you don't educate yourself around like how to become more of like an alpha male as opposed to a beta male, you're going to have stuff like you're going to have these problems. I have done things in my past relationships that, looking back, I'm like, fuck, if I only knew better back then, like for example, like giving people space in a relationship. So I would think that I have like an anxious attachment style, and if you're dating someone who's like avoidant, someone like me, I'm going to want to get closer to somebody, or I'm going to want more space, or I'm going to want more time together, and this would be the same for like a secure person. It's healthy to be together as a relationship, but people with avoidant personalities, they prefer more alone time, because being intimate with somebody scares them. So while you want to get closer, you're going to chase them, they're going to keep pushing away. Now, in this context here, I wasn't aware of the laws of attraction. I didn't know back then that it's healthy to give someone space. We want that space because that time away from somebody gives them time to think about you and miss you. But you don't know what you don't know. So in this sense, if you don't know that maintaining eye contact, like I've been doing this entire fucking video, is a sign of confidence, and not only that, being able to look someone in the eyes and talk to them too is also going to help. That's going to do a couple different things. So to me, when I sit here and I'm at the gym and I'm like resting, I'll sit up straight like this, roll my shoulders back, pick my chest up and my head up. I'll sit here like a confident man. That's what I'll do. And when I talk to somebody, I'll sit here and I'll look them in the eyes and whatnot, and I'll talk to them. I'm displaying a level of confidence in that, like, I'm comfortable in the environment, and that I'm not like super excited to talk to them, and like I'm just like I'm a friend, okay? Now I am a very friendly person, but where I'm trying to go into eluding the confidence here, by being able to look somebody in the eyes, let's say like a woman, for example, you're telling her, hey, I want to get to know you, and I know I'm able to talk to you, and that you're not better than me, and that you're on the same playing field, and I want to get to know you. Now let's talk about if it's like in like a friendship or like a business environment, okay? If you are trying to make a deal in business and you're trying to talk to the prospect that you're trying to sell to, and you can't look them in the eyes, do you really think that they're going to feel comfortable doing business with you when you're coming off as like someone who seems, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say scared, but somebody that seems like uncertain. Like, you're talking to me about spending money with you to get me a result, but you're sitting here talking to me and you're not even able to look me in the eyes when you're telling me this. Do you see how that tied back to what I said in the beginning of this video? When someone doesn't look at your, like when someone doesn't look you in the face when they're talking to you, it seems like hella suspicious. Like, what the fuck is going through your mind right now when you're telling me this story, but you can't look at me in the face? So maintaining eye contact when you have a conversation with somebody is such a dominant alpha male sign of confidence. It is showing the other person that you have the self-respect to not only pay attention to them in the conversation, but that you deserve to be there. And if anything, they should feel privileged being able to talk to you because you are engaged in this conversation with them. Even if you approach them first and they don't know who you are. As a man, if you wanted to get to know this girl and you went up to her first, whether she displays signs of attraction or not, she's gonna feel a sense of respect because you approached her and you're able to have a conversation with her and you're able to maintain eye contact with her. She is going to see you on a much higher level than all these other guys that approach her, and they might be like scared, like, oh, excuse me, I know you're working out, but like, what's your name? So what do? I go up to girl, I'll roll up to girls, hey, excuse me, what's your name? And then I'll wait for her response, and if she asks me for my name in return, then I know I can continue the conversation. I say this in every single video that I have, but this applied in that case, okay? But I look at her in the eyes the whole time, and I'll reach out and shake her hand. And so, right there, man. So, like, maintaining eye contact. If this video, me just ranting about why I think it's embarrassing as a man to be able to have a conversation with somebody but not look them in the fucking eyes, if this doesn't open your eyes to what I'm saying and the level of confidence you're alluding by not even being able to talk to somebody in the eyes, then this video is here to help you. Maintaining eye contact when you speak with anybody, whether it's someone you want to be in a relationship or someone you want to do business with, or even just a friend, is going to show other people that you're a confident person and that you feel good about yourself and that you're a man worthy of respect and worthy of talking to. So if you have any questions on this, go ahead and reach out in the comments, and I'll go ahead and answer them when I get time, or I'll film a video answering them, separately. I didn't really know what I was trying to say there, but with that being said, if you have questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys soon.